it would be a heartbreak if you like someone already and then at the end they're like they can't go through this with you.
Depends. Are you monogamous with them?
Oh,
Because,
that's right.
Because if you're monogamous with them, then you guys have to come to terms and decide if sexual compatibility is less important than the rest of your relationship. Because sexual compatibility is big. It's not everything for everyone. If you're not monogamous, then it's cool. We'll do what we do have in common, and then you go do those other things with someone else.
Yeah.
Not everyone's into everything.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, hi everybody, this is Ben.
Hello.
Welcome to Mo Don't Know Shit. No. People are like, always get this thing confused, or like, what is this? Or like, that's cheating, this is not, that is not, like for like, when it talks about polygamy or like open relationship.
Yes. So, terminology. Generally, when people are talking about non-monogamous relationships, they're talking about polyamory. Monogamy is you have one sexual relationship with one person.
Yeah, which is the one thing that everybody in the world understands it to be. In some places, a man can have like 4 wives.
So that's polygamy.
Yeah.
The difference between polygamy and polyamory is polyamory is building a relationship with more than one person. Mm-hmm. Like you have a deep romantic, loving relationship with more than one person. Mm-hmm. Polygamy is one man married to multiple women. And that generally is a staple of toxic and abusive cultures. Mm-hmm. It's not generally something in a culture where women have a lot of say.
So what happened if it's one man and then the 4 women and then it's an orgy?
I can't speak on that because I'm not polygamous. I can't, and I don't know anyone who is, honestly. Like,
I'm just wondering that they're like, do they ever think about like, oh.
What I have heard, not this. If you're gonna call me an expert, I'm gonna full on like take myself out of the expert column for this.
People don't believe my shit on my channel, anyways.
No, that's fine. I just want to clarify. I am not an expert on polygamy. Mm-hmm. What I have heard is that when it comes to sex, it is the husband and one wife at a time. In polyamory, it's anything goes. It depends on the person. Mm. Some people, I know polyamorous couples where like it's like a woman dating 2 men, mm-hmm. for example, and the 2 men are fine with her being polyamorous. They don't have a problem with her relationship, but they don't want to know each other. Mm. And so she spends some time with one and some time with the other, but they never meet. Mm-hmm. And I know others on the other end of that spectrum where, it's one woman married to a man and dating a different man, and the man that she's dating is married to another woman, and then she has her own partner or maybe who's also a woman, and then they may all have sex all together, big orgy.
Wow.
Yeah, because in polyamory it's not a rule. It's like there are no defining rules to polyamory other than more than one person. So it's whatever the people involved are comfortable with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does this ever come up, like, someone I know was like, hey, but then, the love would be divided.
Oh, totally. People say that shit all the time.
Yeah, so what is your point of view on
that? That mindset where people say, well, your love is divided, it suggests that that love is a finite resource.
Right?
Yeah. It's the suggestion that you only have so much love to give,
Yeah.
and if you're like building a pie chart, and someone gets this percentage and someone gets this percentage, when most of the polyamorous people that I know and in my life as well, the way I live is each relationship with each person is going to be different.
Yeah.
It's not, every person that you love is not going to be the same, and it's not going to be, and the percentage thing is like, it's not going to be equal because it can't be equal. That would imply like a scientific way to measure love. And that's where I think people get hung up, is trying to like define, like, you love each person that you love the way you love them. Like, if you have 3 siblings, no one's saying, well, you can only give so much love to each sibling. It's like, no, you have a different relationship with each sibling. And in polyamory, it's the same thing. You have a different relationship with each partner, and it's not a matter of like, well, I've given 30% of my love to this person, 70% of my love to this person. It's a matter of, I love this person this way, and I love this person this way. It's not a quantity. It's a quality.
Yeah.
Time still gets split up, depending on how everyone's comfortable with.
But maybe.
But that's why we all use calendars.
But that's probably why the other person might want to hang out with the other person as well.
Yeah, sometimes. I dated a girl that my partners wanted nothing to do with. My 2 main partners, they know each other. They've known each other for the entire time we've been dating. Like, they dated for a while, each other, and then like, yeah, and we would all hang out. We would each get I would get time with one, I would get time with the other, and then we'd all have like time together where we like, you know, and that's also, again, like, what's the difference between like polyamory and it just being sex? Like, well, like, we were like birthday events and going grocery shopping and like the things that you do in a relationship, but you do those with multiple people. So, yeah. That answers
Is
that
there
question.
a thing that like if the 2 girls were dating each other too, then it would be like a triangle relationship?
Yeah, we use the word constellation. Because,
there's a word for that?
Yeah, there's a total word for it.
Oh,
because
yeah,
if it's 3 people, that's...
Oh my god, that's so cute though if that happens.
Yeah, well, if it's 3 people, it's a triangle, but then like one of the women is married, so that goes over here, and then one of the other girls has 2 other partners. So it becomes like a star pattern rather than like one geometric shape. So it's like, I actually drew it out for somebody one time, and they looked at me like, how do you do this? And I was like, Google Calendar is very helpful.
Wow.
Yup.
Wow.
It does, and it's not for everyone. That's a big thing. People hear it, like, the number of people that I've said I'm polyamorous to, and people are like, I think I could really get down with that, but I don't think my partner would be okay with it. I've never heard one person, I've almost never heard a person go, my partner would definitely be down for that, but I'm not. It's always like, because people like to fetishize it, and it's a fantasy for a lot of people where they're like, yeah, I could be non-monogamous, and it's not for everyone. People shouldn't, it's something you can like realize you are, or strive to like idealize and strive to be, but there are people, like, your upbringing and a lot of other things, like, not everyone is supposed to be polyamorous, and not everyone is supposed to be monogamous, and generally it's best to go with whatever feels best for you.
Yeah. I can hear like what the other person would have said, you know, that like, oh, if one girl dating 2 guys, then at one point she's probably have to choose and have a stable life. You know,
it's always at one point you have to choose. Like, no, you don't. There's no rule that says you have to choose. I knew a couple, or a grouping, but I knew a relationship where the woman had, she lived with one man and loved him dearly, and they had kids, but as they got older, he became less sexual and she became more sexual, and so they ended up, they opened up their marriage, and she ended up finding a boyfriend who was part of their life, and the two of them had a very sexual relationship, she and her boyfriend, and she and her husband had a very strong domestic relationship, like where they had a household, they had kids and everything, shared bank accounts, the usual like nuclear family deal, and the boyfriend and the husband were good friends. Like they would all three of them hang out together, but the relationships were different. So that's an instance where like people would be like, well, you have to choose, and like you don't. Like she had two different needs that were provided for by two different partners, rather than demand. And this is one of the reasons why I think polyamory is a good thing for people who can do it, want to do it, is when you expect everything from one partner. That's you can't get everything from one person. It's like that's too much on their plate. Some people can step up and some people can't, and I don't think it's right to expect everyone to be able to provide everything for their partner. It's a lot of pressure, and that's not how humans work.
True that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I think that was the question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more?
I
told you there
I
were
could talk
three
about
things.
this all day.
It was so fun. Like, if you were like, well, how did he know? I've been like, because you're living this lifestyle.
Oh yeah. I am polyamorous. Am in the kink community. So we didn't establish my credentials ahead of time.
But yeah. Now
This is all from life experience.
Yeah.
So.
And then I remember you said like there's like books that like if people actually wanted to know about this, how can I like go and study or learn
There's
more?
2 books. Ethical Slut. The Ethical Slut is the one that most people will say. They'll be like, this is the best book on non-monogamy, and here you go, and it's going to teach you everything. It's a good introduction. If you're already like in the lifestyle, it's not going to teach you anything you don't already know, probably. But if you're monogamous and you're like, do I want to open up my relationship? That's a good book because it will give you the basics. It's not foolproof, and no books, especially on this subject matter, are. But it's a good one. The one I like is called Sex at Dawn, and it's more of an educational text where it goes back through human history and examines a lot of cultures that don't have the kind of like general Christian conservative in Western influence, and it shows you a lot of cultures where polyamory and non-monogamy is the norm, and it's where it's expected culturally, and how the benefits that those cultures experience because of it, and going from way back to today, so cultures that are still doing it today, and how the benefits that those cultures reap from non-monogamy. So I like that one, Sex at Dawn. The Ethical Slut is your introductory course, and Sex at Dawn is your more advanced course.
Nice.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
And so to thank Ben, I have a t-shirt.
What? What does it say?
It's supposed to be the t-shirt from my channel, but I didn't have that. So I'm giving you this t-shirt from In a Des that I got today from the store.
I'm so honored.
This is an M. I also have an S. Do you have anyone that can wear an S?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this.
You keep that one. I'll keep this one.
Alright, cool. Oh my god!
Yay!
Matchy. I'm like, why am I advertising this brand?
Why are you?
I don't even know. They give me free shit.
I thought that was a lead-in.
No! This person's supposed to come and support me already. You can pay it back. I'll send you an invoice.
Retroactive.
Yeah,
sponsorship.
retroactive. That's what I need.
Hell yeah.
Retroactive sponsorship. Thank you.
Will it into existence.
Subscribe กดกระดิ่งด้วยนะคะ ขอบคุณค่ะ